the 101 best performances of the 21st century, a new list made by the Ringer Network. Let's break it down. I got some strong opinions. There's some great selections here, but Anthony, I haven't seen the list. I'm going to be live reacting. I know you've kind of skimmed it, right?
I skimmed the list just to get a look at it. And
I saw what number 1 was, and
well, it's a good pick, but I mean, it's. I think that we'll talk about that when we get to it. For the most part, it's an interesting list. It's a very diverse list in terms of genres and acting styles. So there's also a lot of actors that never get recognition for some of what I think are incredible performances. So I'm happy with some of the lists that I've looked through. There's amazing performances, like in particular, there's a Michael Fassbender performance that nobody talks about.
I'm guessing it's going to be
that made this list.
Well,
no spoilers,
Steve
man.
McQueen movie.
Which one though? That's the question.
Oh, I know which one. Oh, that's good. Oh, I don't know.
We'll see.
It's either Hunger or Shame.
Or it could be 12 Years a Slave.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, but you'll find out when we get to the list. But so there's performances like that I don't think ever get recognition, and they are amazing. And I'm happy to see them on this list. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be actors and performances that you want that are missing. There are definitely some that I think should be on here. But for the most part, it's an intriguing list and worth checking out and talking about.
Tons of talent now. Let's run through the most nominated actors and actresses for the 101. Denzel Washington has 8. Philip Seymour Hoffman has 8. I think those go without question, 2 of the best all time. Leo DiCaprio, 6. Emma Stone, 5. Joaquin Phoenix, 5. Michelle Williams, 5. Kate Blanchett has 4. The rest who have 4 are Daniel Day-Lewis, Kirsten Dunst, Kristen Stewart, Mark Ruffalo. Whoa, was not expecting that. Tilda Swinton, and then a whole bunch of people have 3. George Clooney, Amy Adams, Brad Pitt, Colin Farrell, Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael B. Jordan, Michael Fassbender, Nicole Kidman, Rachel Weisz, Robert De Niro, Ryan Gosling, he's literally me, Sandra Hüller, Scarlett Johansson, Song Kang-ho. Oh, hell yeah. Recognition there. Viola Davis, Willem Dafoe, and Saoirse Ronan.
Now, this is not all of the actors in the list.
Yeah,
this
of course.
is just
the most nominated.
Yeah, 447 roles in total were nominated for the list, which they ironed down to 101. So there's not like 8 Denzel acting performances on this list.
Gotcha.
There could be, though.
There could be, yeah. And it seems like, according to the years, 2016, 2017 have the most nominations for this list.
I think that has to do with it might have been the most movies ever made in history those years.
It's possible, but 2016, I remember in 2017 being absolute bangers.
Yeah, they were great years for film. Absolutely.
But shall we just jump right into this list, Anthony? Because
we shall.
I think the first pick is very interesting.
I told you it was intriguing.
Yeah, number 101, Kevin Garnett as himself in Uncut Gems. I love when athletes are in movies, especially when they're playing themselves. It's a lot of fun. It can often be camp. But, you know, Uncut Gems is great, and to see Kevin here was a lot of fun in this movie, and he was really terrific. I will say, though, does he have enough screen time to warrant this? I guess so. In The Ringer, very much involved with all kinds of entertainment and sports, so I think that's why he's on this list. But, I mean, I think it's a pretty interesting pick.
I gotta say, when I left that movie, I was talking about how good KG was in it.
Yeah.
And how surprisingly great his performance was. And I think it's great to put him on this list. I thought he was really good. He commanded the screen.
He did.
He seemed very naturalistic and very comfortable on a film set. And I gotta say, I was totally sold. He didn't feel like he was acting, and he just really felt like he was himself. So I remember walking out of that totally impressed by KG for sure. Our boy Ben made the number 100 pick. Ben Affleck as Nick Dunn in Gone Girl.
This is awesome.
Which is a fantastic lead performance because he's a character that you don't really like that much, but you can't help but go along this journey with him. And Ben Affleck obviously put so much of his true persona, his real-life experiences into this role. And I think he captured this kind of clueless, selfish, everyman who's...
So all men are clueless and shellfish?
No.
Selfish. I said shellfish.
Yeah, all men are shellfish.
No, I know. I get what you're saying.
Like an everyman kind of quality. And I think as a surrogate audience member, we're with him. It's his story for the first half of the film for sure. And then we get to see, obviously, Amy for sure for the rest of the film. But as Nick Dunn, the movie, Rosamund gets all the attention, but Affleck really held it together for a film. And he played the confusion, the fear, the panic of his life falling apart so well.
And he's a strong character because he fights back in a different way, psychologically going blow to blow with his wife who's framing him for her murder. Awesome movie. I'm sorry if I spoiled it.
It's Gone Girl.
It's
guys.
Gone Girl. It's been on for 11 years.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get to 99, check out this amazing poster over my shoulder of One Battle After Another, the new PTA movie coming out, provided to us by our great friends, movieposters.com. Use our code Raiders10 at checkout to get 10% off your entire order today. We have an affiliate link with the website as well in the episode description of this podcast, or click on our social media bio. That link will get us a commission. Use Raiders10 to get 10% off. It's a win-win. Movieposters.com. Number 99 on the Ringer 101 Best Performances of the Century, Zac Efron as Kevin Von Erich in The Iron Claw, an absolutely devastating film. I think easily Zach's best performance in his entire career.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people start off as young actors or even borderline child actors to really make it this far in Hollywood and be a rising star, and really finally, I think, getting the attention of audiences everywhere that this guy's got intense talent. And it's a really dramatic role. He really is the leader and force of nature for this film. The brothers led by him, and he's really terrific.
It's the first time I gotta say that I felt Zach disappeared into a different character.
Baywatch, you didn't get that?
No, still not quite.
I'm just kidding.
But for this, it was
Baywatch.
I still felt like Iron Claw. I had never been a huge Efron fan, and then I saw this, and I was absolutely blown away by him. And he carried the film. He really did. Next up, we got Keke Palmer and her insanely charismatic role as Emerald Haywood in Nope, Jordan Peele's third horror film. She commands the screen. She's so funny. She's so entertaining. She has great chemistry with pretty much anyone on screen that she's with. And she adds a really dynamic quality to the film that keeps it entertaining. But also she brings down the gravitas and the heavy weight of the performance. It really pulls the film together. I love her in this film. It's a great pick.
She's sort of similar to Cliff Booth, I feel like, in Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Like, not the most dramatic performance, but literally a lightning rod on camera. So entertaining and fun. Next, we have at 97, a really great pick, I think, Rachel McAdams as Regina George in Mean Girls, an iconic high school movie. One of the best high school characters of all time, hands down, Regina George. She's horrible, she's atrocious, she's entitled, but goddamn, Rachel kills this role. Insanely entertaining and a lot of fun, highly quotable. I think that Regina George is just in the pantheon of high school characters, and I think this absolutely deserves to be on the list.
And when you see, it was the first thing I think a lot of people saw her in. For me, I think it might have been the first thing I saw her in. And then when you see her in like interviews or in real life, she just seems like such a sweetheart and very nice. And so that shows how great of an actor she is. At 96, I'm really happy to see this performance in particular from Robert De Niro. It's the best thing he's done post-2000, and that's Killers of the Flower Moon. And man, when we watched this film, I remember we walked out and we were like, fucking De Niro is one of the best villains we've seen in years. He really carries this as an incredible villain. It's a juicy role, and he plays a true life, horrible, monstrous human being who is like a vampiric parasite in this community. And he preys on the weak in such a terrible way. And De Niro captured the complexity of the character there's so many great ironic qualities to the character of someone who apparently from the surface has embraced the Osage culture, speaks the language, is a highly respected member of the white community in that state, and yet he's the biggest villain to all of them. So it's a really dynamic role, and he really killed it.
I'm really excited to see the next one on this list at number 95. However, I think it should be much closer to the top 30. Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler. We did an incredible breakdown on Nightcrawler a couple months ago. It's an incredible film led by one of his best performances in his illustrious career with Jake Gyllenhaal as Lou Bloom. Just a really fascinating character. One of the overall best characters in general this century, I think. And it's so much fun to talk about Lou because there's so much depth to him. He's got such an interesting backstory that's so ambiguous that you can't help create your imagination and let it go wild to figure out what his life was like, but to make him what he is, this criminal who turns to documenting horrific news stories to make a business out of it and take advantage of people whenever he can. He's not afraid to hurt people. He's not afraid to kill people. And he's kind of this mastermind that has just finally found his true calling with TV news, and Jake's absolutely sensational in this role.
Next up, Charles Melton with a really interesting performance from May December in 2023. And I had never seen him in anything before, but I was aware of who he was. He's on that the big soap opera teen drama, Riverdale, I think is where he broke out on.
You better get that right.
Yeah, Riverdale. And so I had never seen his work, but when I watched May December, I was floored by his performance. He tapped into this character. It's a very strange character of a man who, at 31, 32 years old, he already has teenage kids who are going off to college because when he was 15, 16, he had a sexual relationship with Julianne Moore's character. They got married. And so he's a person who, even though he's a father and has children who are leaving the nest, essentially, he's someone who still has never matured emotionally into adulthood. And he played it really well with great behavior and mannerisms, and someone who just doesn't fit in with social norms and who doesn't even understand his place in any relationship. And he tries to develop a relationship with Natalie Portman's character, someone his own age for the first time in his life, someone to try and connect with someone who's his age. And he doesn't understand how to make it work. And it's a really fascinating performance. I'm happy to see him on the list.
We have another Boston boy at number 93, Mark Wahlberg as Sergeant Sean Dignam in The Departed Kid. He's electric in this movie. He got an Oscar nom, didn't he, for this role?
He sure did.
He doesn't have a ton of screen time. He's really in a handful of scenes. Obviously, Leo and Matt overshine in terms of runtime, but Mark makes his presence known anytime he's in a scene. He's insanely charismatic. He's funny. He's vulgar. He's so fun. And Mark, I think, just probably knew this role was meant for him. I know he wanted to be Damon's character in this movie, right?
I think he wanted either lead
Sullivan.
role.
I think he wanted to be Sullivan. But I think this role is perfect for him, and he really commands the screen so well. I think it's one of his best performances in his career.
Scorsese knows how to cast movies, and he knew that he wasn't right for the other two leads. I mean, he would have been fine, but he really just electrifies the screen, and he's like the most likable, disagreeable character ever. he's just so disagreeable with everyone.
He makes you laugh every time he's on screen, almost.
Yeah. All right, next up at number 92, we have Kate Winslet in Little Children, which she co-starred with Patrick Wilson. It's a really great, complicated family drama from 2006. And they're great in this film together, but she is sensational. This is Todd Film's second film, and it shows the depiction of two married people entering into a situation of cheating on their spouses for each other. And but what happens after that also has a lot to do with trauma. The neighborhood in this film is so well developed. There's it's like a quiet, nice suburban neighborhood on the surface, but there's a lot of backstory that really is incredible in this film. Jackie Earle Haley's also incredible. He got an Oscar nomination for supporting role in this movie, but Kate Winslet's unbelievable.
Next at 91, we have Léa Seydoux as Gabrielle in The Beast. I'm surprised she doesn't have at least nominations on this. I could have seen her 3, 4, 5. She's in a lot of really good movies this century. I'm sure she'll be in Blue is the Warmest Color. I wouldn't be surprised if we see her on this list here.
I gotta say, I didn't love this movie.
It's an interesting concept. So basically, it's a society. It's kind of like Equilibrium, where you can get a procedure to eliminate your emotions. AI is very prevalent in the world. However, she goes through the procedure, doesn't take, so she's left with her emotions anyways. She runs into an old potential soulmate boyfriend played by what's his name from 1917,
George
McKay, but he's had the procedure. But I think that she's just a terrific actress when it comes to emoting and nonverbal communication. She is also insanely charismatic on camera, and just the camera loves Léa Seydoux. She's beautiful, but also remarkably talented, and I think that she's a perfect movie star. Yeah,
this movie, it takes place, there are multiple iterations of their lives, which adds so much of potential for great acting, and they are great together. The movie just doesn't, it's just a little convoluted, but she is remarkable. So is George McKay. He did multiple accents, and he was really good in it. Next up, Bill Murray at number 90 in Lost in Translation as a mentor / possible intimate relationship figure for Scarlett Johansson's character.
Intimate relationship figure. What kind
It's
of
early
fucking
in the
word
morning.
verbiage is that?
It's early in the morning.
Intimate relationship figure. Love interest is
Love interest.
totally fine thing to say.
That's what I was going for.
Intimately.
It's kind of like the unalived of romance.
That was the most unsexy way to say someone's a love interest.
But it's interesting because he plays a mentor / love interest.
Sure.
For her, which is not. It's pretty rare. But it's a film where the actors don't hook up, where the characters don't reach that level of intimacy physically, but
kiss.
they definitely but I'm talking like full on.
Yeah.
A full on intimate relationship intimacy. That's what I'm talking about. You know, man. Caught stealing kind of intimate relationship intimacy.
Caught stealing's hot.
But they don't need to because they hit that emotionally.
Yeah.
And it's about. I think it's interesting because it's a film where these two people who clearly, in a way, are made for each other, but they're 30 years apart, and it's definitely like this case of soulmates who connect, but at the wrong time. And if they were the same age, you could definitely see them having a life together.
Yeah, and the movie's fantastic, but if we focus more on the performance from Bill, he's it's similar to Ben with Gone Girl. He's playing a version of himself.
Yeah.
Bill Murray, one of the biggest stars in the world in the 1980s, 90s, 2000s. He's kind of slowing down his career, taking different roles. Of course, he's still doing comedies, but it seems like a lot of comedians start to phase out later in their careers, and he's kind of at that stage as the performance in the movie. The character is like a star who's like, towards the end of his career, he's doing all these BS jobs to just make a buck. That's what he's doing in Tokyo. It's an easy 4 days for a big paycheck. Doesn't want to be there. And you can tell that maybe Bill's putting a lot of himself into that role.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Let's talk about In Bruges. At number 89, we have Colin Farrell, his first nomination on this list, 2008. Martin McDonagh, come on, he's one of the best screenwriters out there. Most recently with the Banshees of Inisherin was just a fantastic film.
She liked me yesterday.
Frick. But Colin Farrell has been such a standout from Ireland the last 20, 30 years. And he plays this great character of a hitman who's on a job. He's supposed to kill this priest, but he accidentally kills a little boy as well. The bullets go through the priest, kills the child behind him. And now, basically, his boss is going to have him taken out, but his buddy, another hitman, is going to take him on a fantasy vacation the last couple days of his life. It's like a fucking fairy tale. But it's about this great trauma that Colin's dealing with, where he's grappling with wanting to take his own life for what he's done. He's a killer, but he's killed a child. And in his eyes, and everyone else's eyes, it's unforgivable. That's Ray Fiennes' character. He's like, he kills a kid, it's like, it's over. I'm taking
I'd blow my fucking brains out right there.
And so it's a great duo performance with Colin and Brendan Gleeson. Obviously, they reprised that with Banshees and Inisherin because they have such great chemistry. But this movie, if you like Banshees and you've never seen In Bruges, incredible chemistry between the two of them. Great comedy, but great dramatic acting from Colin.
After his fast rise in Hollywood as a star, this is where he showed everyone that he had the stuff. He had the goods as an actor. Next up, Simon Rex in Red Rocket. This movie is so good. Sean Baker's fourth film. And Simon Rex, he plays this piece of shit human being that you can't help but, like, in a way, love. He really is a terrible guy. He's selfish. He's trying to take advantage of everyone he meets. He's this guy he's a down on his luck porn star who goes back to his hometown to try and make some money, and then he tries to recruit a young girl to become the next thing in porn, with him as her manager / producer. And he's a guy who he's desperate to succeed in any way whatsoever. And Simon plays this with so much manic charisma and energy. And he's Sean Baker, like all of his films, there's so much great realism, and the world building is just so accurate. You can't help but feel like these are real people. And Simon Rex, it just feels like this character, Mikey, just feels like such a real person. And I think it's great to make movies where your lead actor and their character, what they're doing is frowned upon and isn't you can't agree with what he's doing, but you can't help but look away.
It's interesting that obviously Sean Baker makes a lot of movies that are kind of similar in terms of the worlds he's exploring. Nora versus Red Rocket, like Nora gets all this massive attention, Oscar wins, but Red Rocket got really nothing, and it's kind of like a similar kind of world movie.
Yeah,
it's adjacent.
It's definitely. I mean, it's all he likes to make films in the world of sex workers for sure. I think that Nora was just better for voters.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, it was
because what Mikey does in this movie is horrible. That's what it is. Nora doesn't necessarily do anything bad.
No, it's a good point. No, yeah.
So I think that's what it is. Is Mikey's not a person that you can absolutely
Mikey from Red Rocket, not from Red Rocket. Madison.
Not Mikey Madison. Mikey from Red Rocket is a piece of shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's the character.
I think that's probably why. Yeah, you're right. Number 87. This is a performance that Anthony and I have gushed about over and over again. It's one of the best in this amazing actor's career, and it might be the most underappreciated and underrated performance this century. Even though it's at 87 on this list, this should be a top 15, I think, maybe top 20. I don't know if you feel the same way.
I would put it top 15.
Willem Dafoe as Thomas Wake in The Lighthouse. Very seldom do you see an actor truly disappear into another human being in a role. Yeah, obviously Daniel Day-Lewis, every time he acts, that's what you get. Willem Dafoe in this film, The Lighthouse from Robert Eggers, is that realm. It's in that territory. And not only is it a very impressive physical performance, but the dialogue, the accent, the monologuing, the absolute wordage this guy regurgitates every single sequence in this movie, the complete commitment to this surrealist tone that Robert Eggers creates is so much dependent on Willem Dafoe's performance in this movie. And it's such a remarkable role. I already know seeing it at 87, I'm going to be devastated that so many other roles after this, I'm sure will be, of course, deserve to be on this list. But having Willem Dafoe at 87 on this list is already making me upset.
But at least he's on the list.
And I know, he has to be on this list. But this role to top 20 this century, and it's so incredible.
I'm just letting you know. Just prepare yourself for what's ahead of this performance.
This is my first putting my foot down. It should be on the list, but it's way too low, man. Way too low.
All right, next up at 86, we have Florence Pugh in Midsommar, the film and performance that was her huge breakout for mainstream audiences. She already showed that she had the stuff in Lady Macbeth, and this was just a huge role. It's rare to have a role give an actor so much range and so much to work with emotionally and physically, and she was up to the task. And she goes through the ringer in this film, no pun intended, from the ringer list. And my God, she carries the film. She goes for it, man. She commits completely. She's a fearless performer, and she showed that with this role.
This performance, it's similar for me to Jennifer Lawrence in Mother.
Yeah.
Someone going through immense turmoil and massive amounts of grief in such a short period of time, seen real time throughout the course of the film is just really remarkable, and Florence is fantastic. Oh, hell yeah. Viggo's on this list at 87. This is a great choice.
Oh, yeah.
From A History of Violence, he plays Tom Stall. I won't spoil his other name. In case you've never seen this movie, it's got a remarkable twist, one of the best you'll see in recent cinema. Cronenberg directed his butt off with this movie. This movie's terrific.
Oh, yeah.
He plays this character who... just a normal everyday guy. He's got a family. He owns a diner. Happy life, happy wife, happy kids. But there's sort of an edge to him. And then these gangsters from Jersey show up. And From Philly, sorry. These gangsters from Philly show up and start telling him, like, hey, you're this guy, Joey. Yeah, we know who you are. And they're telling him he's this gangster who does terrible things. It's a really fun performance, I think, from Viggo. Very nuanced. He has a great twist, and I don't want to spoil it, but man, he really, really delivers in this movie.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of what he and Cronenberg have done in their collaborations the last decade and a half, starting with this one.
Yeah, and then what's
Eastern
the other?
Promises.
Eastern Promises.
And he's great in a history of, I can't remember the name of the body horror one they just did, but...
Oh, the one with Leia Seydoux.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Can't remember either.
Anyways, moving on to the surprise standout from Barbie was Ryan Gosling as Ken at number 84. In a lot of ways, he made the movie for me, and I think he made the movie for a lot of people. he helped make this a fun, entertaining experience. He committed completely to what Ken is, and I think he understood the assignment for what the Ken doll represents. And he let himself just be ridiculous. The self-deprecating humor works so well because that's who Ken is. And I mean, I gotta say, for the Barbie movie, he's the best thing in it.
He is.
I hate to say it.
Crimes of the Future.
Crimes of the Future.
So yeah, I think this. So I'm just gonna do this once. Like, obviously, I think Willem Dafoe, Lighthouse, should be way ahead of this. But I love Gosling as Ken in this movie. Like you said, his commitment to what Ken is, the improvisation, so many great lines. This movie, I don't think is as good as it is or as funny as it is without Ryan Gosling in this role. I couldn't picture anyone else doing this.
All right, next up we have Tiffany Haddish in her star-making role as Dina in Girls Trip, which, wow, I can't believe this is way back in 2017. It feels like it wasn't that long ago, almost 10 years. She's hilarious in this role. You can compare it to Melissa McCarthy's breakout in Bridesmaid. It's that iconic. Really carries the film.
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids. Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids.
Yeah, I was right.
Bridesmaids.
It's pluralized bridesmaids.
Double pluralized.
Yeah, two
brides
plurals
and maids.
in one word.
Oh, not many words are like that.
I don't think
Double plurals.
groomsmen.
Groomsmen. Bridesmaids.
Anyways, that's it for today's vocab lesson, James. It's bridesmaids. And Tiffany's fantastic. She's so funny. She steals every scene she's in. And I think that absolutely one of the best comedic performances of the last 10 years.
I think Renate Reinsve. Is that how you say your name?
I'm
not French.
She's not French either.
I'm not Polish.
She's not Polish
What is
either.
she?
Norwegian.
She's Norwegian? Oh. Is it a Norwegian movie? The Worst Person in the World?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Julie. Absolutely deserves to be on this list. Really terrific film. Great performance. Also a great title.
She plays this woman who just doesn't know what she wants, and she keeps saying no to everything and changing her mind about whether it be what she's pursuing in school or a guy she's dating or what she wants to do as a job. And I think it's a great film to relate to, that we all relate to, of figuring things out. And she's unbelievable in the movie because she's both really charming, but also she can bring the emotional moments that you need in a film like this. And this movie is fun and silly, but it's also really intense and dramatic and has a lot of soul to it. And she is the movie. She's wonderful in the film, and this is making her a star of this performance. Next up, we got, at 81, Jim Carrey. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Man, it's great to see. This is what I'm talking about. This
Truman Show better be on here.
Yeah, well, that's not 21st century, though.
99?
I think that's 98. So, Jim Carrey never gets love from awards. Well, other than the Globes. But he's absolutely sensational in this film.
98, Truman Show.
It's one of the best dramatic roles of that decade, of the 2000s. He and Kate Winslet together are phenomenal. The rest of the cast is great, but what he does in this film, you've never seen him do it before. And for someone who we all know as being so funny, yes, he has some of that zaniness. Yes, he has some of the silliness, but man, he really feels like a fully fleshed out human being in this film who's going through trauma, going through grief, and you can feel the panic in him and the desperation. Like, if I was going to define this role, it would be desperate. He's desperate to stop what's happening, and he does that so well.
It's the most normal he's ever been in a movie.
Sure.
If you think about it. And it is. He's going through intense trauma and grief and depression. That's how Jim Carrey can be normal. He has to go polar opposite. And you're right. He does have comedic chops in this movie, but it's more out of Joel being accidentally funny and kind of pathetic in a way, self-deprecating, versus the way Jim Carrey usually makes us laugh. So it's really interesting and powerful performance.
This is a really great performance to put on here at number 80, Margot Robbie as Nellie in Babylon. We were just talking about this recently. She is so good in this role, and this is a performance where you get to see really how much control Margot has over her emotions, over her vocal work, over being able to cry, her physicality. She really is a chameleon. And I mean, even in this character who, like, it's not like she changes her appearance that much, but she changes who she is. And I think she was so impressive in this film. and definitely should have gotten nominated for an Oscar.
79, Renee Zellweger as Bridget Jones in Bridget Jones's Diary. I think this is a really good pick. Renee is so talented and remarkable. In the 2000s, she was doing a good amount of comedy roles, and this role has everything. 2001, it's drama and comedy, a lot of voiceover. Our mom loved these movies. I remember watching them with her when we were kids. And she's hysterically funny, but she was in some really bangers that were drama and comedy at the same time, whether it's this, Jerry Maguire, Me, Myself, and Irene, just straight up comedy, and she's got the chops to match Jim Carrey, so she's so talented, and I think she's very good in these movies.
Next up, Kristen Stewart in Personal Shopper. I think this is a good pick. I would have gone with Clouds of Sils Maria, I think is her superior performance, but this is still really good. She's a woman who is in a way trying to contact her dead twin sister. It's a kind of a horror movie. It's just not very scary, but it is spooky. She's great, and I think in the 2000s, post-Twilight, she made a lot of great decisions, just like Pattinson, choosing challenging roles, and she pulls it out in this one.
77, Adam Driver. So talented. Everyone loves this guy. As Patterson in Patterson. Plays a bus driver, based on a true story, right? Plays a bus driver. In Paterson, New Jersey, who also writes poetry, and he really anchors the film with a terrific performance. And he's very stoic, great dialogue, great acting, very naturalistic, realistic. He's terrific.
Yeah, the performance is great because he's like an observer of people, being a bus driver and a listener. In the writing, and it's a very understated performance. In his career, he often goes big with a lot of his roles, but he keeps it really grounded in this, and it works so well.
He keeps it real.
Keeps it real. Mad real.
Oh, here we go.
This is what I was talking about. Michael Fassbender at number 76 with Shame, Steve McQueen's second collaboration with the incredible actor. He plays a sex addict who's struggling to maintain any kind of intimate relationship that's real, as well as struggling to host his sister who has showed up at his doorstep needing a place to crash. They have huge familial trauma, and his world is coming crashing down when he's coming to terms with the fact that what his addiction is doing to his life, to his emotions, and to his relationships. It's a tragic character because he's a man who can't emotionally connect to a woman even though he wants to. And he can only pursue what physically satiates him, and he hates himself for it. It's a terrific film. It's a great character study, and Fassbender is unbelievable in this.
We all found out he can stand on 3 legs as well in this movie. Number 75, Adele Haenel in Portrait of a Lady on Fire, a really remarkable, intimate film about 2 characters in forbidden love. One plays a smitten, what would you describe her as? The daughter of...
She's the daughter of like a wealthy family.
Yeah, like an aristocrat.
Baroness.
Yeah, like an aristocrat, a baroness. And her mother is having a portrait made of her. However, she won't sit still for anybody until this painter comes, and they fall in love with each other. And it's beautiful, and also very metaphorical. And again, anything involving forbidden love, I think, is always grounds for a great story.
Yeah, she adds a great element of mystery. The character is so mysterious because of her. Mm-hmm. Next up, Melissa McCarthy at number 74 with Bridesmaids. Had a feeling this was going to be on the list after seeing a couple of comedic performances beforehand. This is one of the best comedy improvised performances of the last 20 years for sure. Made Melissa a household name. She's so funny, and she's responsible for so much of the hilarity in that movie. So, great pick.
73, Jack Black in School of Rock. I love this pick. I think 2000's Jack Black, he was at his peak. You know, I think that he was such a fresh voice when it came to comedy and drama as well, but he was just this new style that no one really ever seen before. It's sort of a blend of kind of like Chris Farley and Steve Martin if they had a baby. Yeah. I feel like that's where his humor really lies in. He's very sarcastic at times, very confident, but outrageously energetic and fun, and just has like these random spells of like intense physicality like Chris Farley always had. And it's a great role. It's a heartwarming film. He substitutes teach for his brother or
roommate.
Friend, or his roommate, pretending to be a teacher, but instead of teaching the class, he teaches them music in the history of rock and roll. And it's a very great coming of age story for all these kids too. But Jack's awesome.
Yeah, I love this movie. It's great. It's It's Linklater's like sweetest movie, most charming, you could say. It's very fun. Next up, we got Val Kilmer in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, who he plays perfectly opposite Downey's lovable loser, kind of an idiot schmuck. Because Val plays it as like he's an asshole, he's a hard ass. He's so fun. The lines in this movie are great, and he just plays some guy. He's great because he's like constantly frustrated and annoyed by who he's stuck partnered up with on this endeavor, and he just really sells it so well. It's great.
71. This performance deserves to be on this list, absolutely, but it's way too low in my opinion. Tom Hanks in Castaway. This is one of the best lead performances of the century, in my opinion, especially because Tom is really commanding the screen by himself for about 75% of the runtime, which is not an easy thing to do. This is an incredible film from Robert Zemeckis, and Tom is flat out one of the best actors of all time. But this guy works for FedEx, plane crashes, and he survives and washes up on an island, and he has to survive. It's beautiful filmmaking. It's tragic. It's terrifying, but just a remarkable role.
He's amazing in this movie.
He really is.
He's amazing.
I can't believe it's this low.
I know, right? I told you, man. Just prepare yourself. Robert Pattinson's next at number 70 with Good Time. Huge performance. Really love this from the Safdies, and he seemed to be a great collaborator with them. I love what he did with the characterization. I love what he came up with, the physicality, the blonde hair, the costuming. He really felt like this petty criminal, New York City kind of guy. I think he sold everything about it. And he's a person like other Safdie movies who just keeps making bad decisions. And there's a tragedy to it. He brings the heart, the connection with his brother. But man, he's so good in this role.
Next, we have James Franco as Alien in Spring Breakers 2012. The physicality, the aesthetic, the look, basing it off Riff Raff, I think it's just hysterical. It just works. This was a huge movie for A24.
Yeah.
This is one of their early movies when they were just starting out back in 2012, 2013, getting a couple of movies under the belt. And Spring Breakers was a hit. And James Franco was a huge star at the time. Obviously, a lot's changed. I wouldn't be surprised to see his Pineapple Express performance on here, but I would pick that over this if he was only on here once as Saul. But he's still, there's something about him when he's playing a stoner, even though he's not a stoner, he just knows how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if they put in some of these other comedic performances on, I think Saul is one of my favorite comedic performances for sure. Ethan Hawke's next at number 68 with Paul Schrader's First Reformed, which is a crazy, incredible meditative film about spirituality, about religion, about the past, about the environment. And Ethan Hawke plays a priest who's coming to terms with psychological issues, past issues, and then a new relationship he's formed with Amanda Seyfried's character, pushing him to the edge of a crazy conclusion. But man, he sells this character who's someone who gives advice, obviously, and helps others, but who is he's been torn to shreds on the inside, and he reflects that so minimally with this very controlled performance. And Ethan Hawke, he's so good in the movie.
At number 67, we have probably the most recent performance of the year on this list. Michael B. Jordan as the Smokestack twins in Sinners, playing Elijah and Elias Smoke and Stack. I think this is a great choice. You know, Michael really created two different personas for these identical twins. Despite being so similar, they have stark differences in their personality traits, physicalities. Obviously, they wear different colors as well. But, man, Michael B. really delivers in this movie. He is such a star, works so well with Coogler. You know, they're the new De Niro and Scorsese's. They're just going to be, just going forward, probably the biggest duo in film. And I think Michael B. just has so much charisma, so much personality, so much commitment to every performance he's in. This will probably be one of the ones that he's remembered for at the end of his career. Like Sinners might be his all-time performances.
Career defining for sure. At number 66, we have Timothy Chalamet as Elio in Call Me By Your Name. Don't do it. Okay, do it. Elio. He can't help himself. I love the character. I love the performance. I think for everybody, this is a wake-up call for who this guy was. He has the talent, and man, to do it so effortlessly in this film. He just really feels like a fully realized human being, and you feel for everything about him. The intricacies of the performance, I think it's a very specific role, and Chalamet does some really incredible physical moments and emotional things that I think any other actor, most actors his age, would have never even tried or thought to do. I think he's just a born natural actor. And for me, this is just a phenomenal performance. One of my favorite on this list.
I hate the opening line of this. Each actor and performance gets a little kind of breakdown. The opening line of Timothy's for this is, Timothy Chalamet's first great feat was to breathe life into the fuckboy. That's just such an oversimplification of the character of Elio and what's going on in his life. And he's not a fuckboy. He's just a teenager caught between love, caught between confusion and his feelings and who he is.
That's so dumb.
It's really disrespectful to, I think, anyone who's feeling confused about their identity in general. But to just call him a fuckboy because he's intimate with two people in the movie, that's fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry.
He's trying to figure things out.
Hunt from The Ringer. That's a really ridiculous opening sentence. It's so ridiculous.
That's insane.
It kind of pisses me off because
I didn't even read that. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I adore this movie.
That's
and it's just taking so much away from the role.
That completely erases the idea that like a young man struggles to understand what he wants, which is, I think, everybody struggles to understand that.
If you're 30 and doing it and hooking up with people constantly, that's a fuckboy, sure.
He's fucking 17.
Seriously, man, it's ridiculous.
He's trying to figure life out.
He literally lost his virginity. How is he a fuckboy?
That's dumb, man. This is so dumb.
Whoever you are, Hunt, I don't like that.
And like oftentimes, guys when they're young, they behave in ways that someone might call you a fuckboy, but oftentimes they're acting out of pain.
Anyone, it doesn't have to be guys.
Yeah.
You're confused. You're young. You're figuring it out.
Yeah, that's so dumb, man.
That pisses me off.
Hunt. Who's Hunt?
That's pissed me off more than Willem Dafoe thing. He's, I think, one of the contributors to the list in The Ringer.
Amen.
All right, let's talk about Bjork. I haven't seen this Dancer in the Dark. Have you?
Lars von Trier, yeah. And she plays a singer who is losing her eyesight, going blind slowly. She can't afford surgery, so she's coming to terms with that, and it has some really great musical pieces in this. She's also a mom. But she's great. She's fantastic in the movie.
So the next two Ringer, you guys couldn't space these apart. So I think great choices. So two back-to-back performances from Lady Bird here at 64 and 63. Okay. Couldn't separate them.
Couldn't even put one performance in between.
First of all, Laurie Metcalf as Marion McPherson, who plays Lady Bird's mother in the film, and then 63 Saoirse Ronan as Lady Bird. McPherson and Lady Bird, both really great performances. In Saoirse, it could be her performance in her career so far, but if not, it's her star-making role. This is maybe her most commercial movie and her biggest film at that point, and she is remarkable in this. She's charismatic, she's relatable. Anyone going through teen angst, not getting along with your mother, played by Marion, who's also terrific, a very nuanced performance of a mother who's overbearing, over-controlling, which usually happens when someone loves their kid so much and they want what's best for their child, so you understand their perspective, but that can cause your child to leave the nest quicker and further away than you ever wanted them to go. And it's really a movie, obviously, called Lady Bird, but the heart of the film is this relationship. Maybe that's why The Ringer put them back-to-back, because both their roles are so connected.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. They're both great. Thanks for that. That was a great double breakdown.
Thanks.
All right, next up we have John C. Reilly.
It's called an improvised conversation.
At 62, John C. Reilly as Dewey Cox from Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story. This is fun to see on this. He plays it so straight, which makes it work. And it's a fun spoof movie on the musical biopics. And being such a talented musician himself, he does it all the singing and playing and acting himself. Believe it or not, he acts himself in this movie.
He does the acting?
But he's so funny as this kind of like lovable, clueless guy who has the talent to be the biggest star in music. And his rise, his downfall is depicted so well, but he plays it so well.
Next, we have Rachel getting married. Oh, I forgot about this movie. Anne Hathaway's in this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this recently. Is this a Friedkin movie?
Friedkin, one of his last ones. No, it's Demi. It's Demi. Sorry, it's Demi.
Jonathan Demme.
Demi.
I don't.
I can break it down.
Yeah, break it down. I haven't seen.
So she's she's like the black sheep of the family. Her sister's getting married, so it's a coming home to the family kind of movie. But she struggles with substance abuse, struggles with suicidal tendencies, and basically not getting along with anyone. And Anne Hathaway is electrifying in this role. For me, I was like, wow, she's a great actor. I had really only known her from Princess Diaries at that time. But she had the goods. She's so amazing. It's unlike anything she's still done to this day. Really fantastic. And also, Demi shot it, I think, digitally, handheld, if I remember correctly. So it's very impersonal film.
Number 60. Ooh, I like this pick. Rooney Mara as Lisbeth Salander and the girl with the dragon tattoo. Lisbeth's got to be one of the most interesting characters written for fiction and on the screen this century. Stieg Larsson wrote an incredible trilogy, which was published posthumously. And unfortunately, never got to see it on the big screen because obviously the Swedish versions with Noomi Rapace are great, but I think that Rooney takes it to a new level. So doesn't Fincher with this film, and she's perfect as Elizabeth Salander. This was probably the hottest role that people are going after. ScarJo was in talks; she almost starred in it, but Rooney ended up getting it, and she really delivers in this movie. Elizabeth's got so much nuance, so much depth. She's hyper intelligent. She's dealing with so much trauma from her past, which you learn more about throughout the series. And she's also basically a photographic memory. She's a computer hacker. Just an awesome character that anyone would want to play if you're an actor or actress. And, Rooney, I think she understood that and really gives her an awesome performance.
Yeah, it's interesting because you can't help but deny that Noomi is also amazing in her
100%.
performance. They're different. I think that it's like I gotta watch the originals again because I love Rooney in this, but I also like Noomi and Rooney. Noomi and Rooney. But she's phenomenal. I think if you're gonna put Rooney, you should put Noomi on the list too.
Yeah,
it should be honestly kind of a shared recognition.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I think.
I think it's a good point. I think the Fincher version, though,
it's a better film.
It's a better film overall, but I think the brutality is done better with Elizabeth in terms of her revenge on people.
Yeah. Next up. Oh, my God.
Crying already.
Michelle Williams at number 59 with Blue Valentine opposite Ryan Gosling. They play this one star-crossed loving couple who have fallen out of love with each other. And she's the one who has to come to terms with this is not working anymore. The film's told so well by Derek Jean-France and his big breakout. And she's a person that, like, she's so charming, she's so sweet and loving, but the demands of their relationship over time, and you see this depicted in multiple time periods, similar to what he did in his next film, Place Beyond the Pines, but you see the contrast of how doughy-eyed they were for each other, because Gosling's character initially came in to, like, save her in a way, not save her, but, like, help her out. Like, she's pregnant with someone else's kid. She's got nowhere to go. She's got no money. And he came in.
Fell in love at first sight,
Yeah,
though.
fell in love at first sight, and he wants to help support her. So he does an admirable thing, and it works, at least for some time. But we see that they're not meant to be together. It's not working, and she's trying her best to keep it together. They share the daughter now. But it's tough. It's a movie that's like about the harsh realities of life, and she's so heartbreaking in it.
Next, we have at number 58... Choi Min-sik as Ode-soo, an old boy, one of Park Chan-wook's classics. This is an incredibly nuanced performance. Should probably be in the top 20 on the century because, Min-sik gives such a great performance here where a character, like, how do you create this character of someone who is kind of just this vulgar, not great father who's a drunk, forgets his daughter's birthday, basically gets kidnapped, imprisoned for 15 years inside of an apartment room, hotel room, doesn't know why, basically goes crazy, then is released with no answers, and he has to puzzle everything together. First of all, just a great concept for a film, but to build a character around that, what kinds of things do you make the character do? Do you make him terrified of other people or erratic? And I think that what they did here was such a fun character because of the little things like when he's in the elevator with the woman and he's like in the corner like trying not to get near her because he can't control himself possibly, or all these little idiosyncrasies in this character who's just what kind of human is this? It's like an alien at this point. Yeah. And he really delivers, and the absurdity, the surrealism really connects at the end, and it's the craziest third act.
That's so funny. All right, next up we have Emma Stone in her Oscar-winning role as Mia in La La Land. She's wonderful in the film. She tugs at your heartstrings. She makes you laugh. She makes you fall in love with her. And she's just, I think, one of the best actors of her generation, if not the. And this is a calling card to that.
Totally agree. Number 56, Julianne Moore in Far From Heaven. Have you seen this Todd Haynes movie?
I have not seen this one, so I can't really. You know what? I haven't seen this.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I can't speak on it, but she's great.
She's awesome.
I'm sure she's phenomenal in it.
All right, cool. Good for me.
Easy one. All right, go on to the next one then.
55, Michelle Yeoh in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Let's go. Everyone, before Everything Ever All at Once, Michelle Yeoh was killing it. And
yeah, she had a big career before.
Yeah, she was awesome, guys. I recommend checking out her filmography from the past. But Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, this movie took the world by storm back when we were kids, and
we saw this.
So cool. Ang Lee directed his fucking ass off for this film. The action, the drama, the wire work. It's such an incredible blend of surrealism with action, and Michelle Yeoh is so powerful in this movie and remarkable, showing all of her chops. And man, I gotta revisit this movie.
The fights are
years.
great.
Yeah.
She's got some crazy fights in this, especially like the big sword she has in this photo, but also the spear sword is a great one. But all the wire work, it's really phenomenal stuff.
Very physical role with great drama.
That's like I liked Shang-Chi, but that movie, like the opening scene of them fighting, and it's kind of just like Crouching Tiger ripoff, but it's all CGI.
Yeah.
It's all green screen.
They did it all real here.
This is like how you do it. This is how it's done. Next up, our boy Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. I'm so happy to see it on this list.
I have to return some videotapes.
One of my favorite performances of all time. One of our most quoted movie roles ever. The memification of Patrick Bateman was so unexpected, but it's a delight to have seen over the past few years on social media. And I think it is one of the best performances of the century. Deserves to be on this list, and I would possibly put it top 10. I think it's that good. I think that even still, we're trying to understand that people are still trying to grasp what Bale was doing, and it's such a fascinating performance and what he does to control the obsession, the mannerisms, the accents. He wholeheartedly becomes Patrick Bateman in every possible way.
Next at 53 is a movie that will, if you're not already in love with Penelope Cruz, you will be flat out smitten with her. Volver from Pedro Almodovar. This is a great movie, and she's so funny. She's sharp. She's witty. It's a great tone because it's insanely funny, but also highly dramatic. There's a self-defense killing early in this film. I won't spoil what happens. But it leads to like these ridiculous circumstances of cover-ups, of just trying to hide what's happened as well as live a normal life. And I think Penelope is just so entertaining. She's lovely. She's likable as hell, and I think it's just a perfect movie.
And she ended up winning an Oscar for Vicky Cristina, Barcelona, but she was nominated for this. Next up at 52. Ralph Fiennes in the Grand Budapest Hotel as Monsieur Gustave H. This, I think, is just one of the best characters in a Wes Anderson film, if not the. He is so funny, so direct, so unflinching, and committed in all of his actions, but also ridiculous most of the time. But you can't help but love Gustave, and I think that this is one of the most challenging roles an actor can do, is this role in particular in this movie, and Ralph Fiennes makes it look easy.
Making comedy look easy is the forte of Will Ferrell. Ron Burgundy, Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy at number 51. This is a pretty fun choice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
obviously comedy is so difficult and arguably one of the most difficult styles of acting to pull off. And Will Ferrell coming off SNL after the 90s and early 2000s, breaking in to cinema and film with Old School, and then Zoolander, but then becoming such a huge star in comedy and cementing himself as the next comedy legend with Ron Burgundy here. It's so fun. It's so quotable. It's ridiculous, absurd. But man, dude, fucking Ron Burgundy, man.
Let's go, man.
One of the best comedy characters of all time.
Yeah,
hands down.
Absolutely. I watched it recently. It holds up, man. He's great. Now we're at number 50, so we should take it away to our intermission.
Yeah, let's take a quick break. We'll come back because
come back with a big one.
Oh, we're coming back with
one of my favorites,
an Oscar win from 2000. But first, before we continue, the best way to support Raiders of the Lost podcast is to become a patron today at patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost podcast, where you get access to all kinds of perks like weekly bonus episodes, ad-free versions of every single episode. Letterboxd Recap is now on Patreon only, so if you want to tune into that, go to Patreon, become a patron today, patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost podcast for as little as $10 for an annual membership. You can also help us out by subscribing on YouTube, leaving comments and likes there, as well as leaving those 5-star ratings and reviews on Spotify and Apple. These are integral to our show's growth, reputability. Also, I'd love to read written reviews out from Apple Podcasts on the show, which I'll get to in just a minute, to immortalize somebody forever. And really an incredible way to support us as well. Sharing us with your family and friends. Word of mouth is the best way for our podcast to grow. So send them your favorite episode from YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you tune in. Send your friends who need something new to listen to our episodes.
This episode, of course, is sponsored by our friends at movieposters.com, the number one place to get all your posters. They have a huge selection of pretty much every film and TV show imaginable in their poster library, as well as all sorts of sizes, framing, and even backlit posters like that one behind James for options. They have so many poster frames to choose from for all sorts of sizes. They have international posters, Hollywood classics, collectibles like lobby cards and original prints from masterful films from the past, as well as really cool alternate prints designed by great artists. For all of your poster needs, always go to movieposters.com. Use the promo code Raiders10. That will always get you 10% off your orders. And use the affiliate link in our bio. That will give James and I a little cut of the action. Movieposters.com.
Let's get to the intermission, everybody, and start with the movie quote competition. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. From now on, you must take good care of your toys, because if you don't, we'll find out, Sid. We toys can see everything, so play nice.
Woody in Toy Story.
Yeah.
That was good. Sorry, I got it on my phone. 1 sec. Got it. Oop, that's not it. Here we go. Back home, they would have put me in jail for what I'm doing. Here, they're giving me awards.
Apocalypse Now?
No. Back home, they would have put me in jail for what I'm doing. Out here, they're giving me awards.
Feels like a war movie. It's not a war movie.
Not a war movie.
Kind of works for a war movie though. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great thread you went towards, but it was incorrect thread. Go a different route.
Not sure.
It's Casino.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good line.
That's a good line. Guess this movie release year. Primal Fear.
1990. It was before Matt blew up because he wanted the role, but he didn't get it. 1996.
He's right.
Yes.
Nice job.
What year did Last of the Mohicans come out? From Michael Mann.
1995.
92.
Daniel,
I watched it the other day. Daniel Day is so good.
That's why this list is.
This guy is unbelievable.
It's gonna be ridiculous to
Holy
see
shit.
him. The top 5 should just be Daniel Day-Lewis roles, but we already know it's not
Everything
gonna be.
he's done.
Movie pop quiz time. Anthony,
James.
who plays the president in Mars Attacks?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
That's a good one. James, what are Daniel Day-Lewis's top 4 highest-rated films on Letterboxd?
There Will Be Blood.
Yes.
Let me think, because Letterboxd is always odd because it's like such a new app. So
It's
like
different from
younger
IMDb's,
generations.
yeah.
Phantom Thread.
It's up there, too.
Lincoln?
No.
Yeah, kids don't like Lincoln.
I don't think they do.
Gangs of New York.
Nope. I'm only giving you 2 more guesses.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. What would Letterboxd like for Daniel Day movies?
You have 2.
Yeah, I know. I know how to count.
Just helping, man. Just in case. Forget it. No worries. No, you got it, man. You got it.
Man, I would have put Gangs of New York on there. Shit.
Well, it's not up to you, man.
Yeah, no.
It's up to the consensus.
Last of the Mohicans.
Nope. Gonna have to pick something, man. TikTok, man.
I don't want to. I want to get another one because
Tick.
I feel like My Left Foot. No.
5,
Name of the
4,
Father. No.
3, 2,
My Left
1.
Foot.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And the Name of the Father is the other one. But too late, man. You only had 2 guesses left.
That's funny. So I kind of got it. All right, Anthony. What do we got for unsubscribes, haters?
Today, we have Emma Elizabeth. Peter Evans? Unsubscribed. James called Evan Peters Peter Evans.
Things happen, man.
All right, Ibarra. I will actually unsubscribe if you don't tell Leo, good picture, at the one battle after another premiere.
It's a good picture.
Good picture.
Goddamn hippies.
Ocean.
I'm sure they won't have us near Leo DiCaprio.
He probably has a team around him. Ocean says, I hate when one of you guys has to go away. I also hate when you have a guest. Unsubscribe.
Aw.
He just likes us together.
I get it. No, but guests are going to be good for us going forward because we're going to be doing a lot of cross things. We're going to be doing like 1-4s to try to build the audience, you know? Mm-hmm. We'll have guests on. We'll go on their shows.
Yeah, 100%. Carmine. James continually asking Anthony, are you ready? Leading into movie trivia when everyone already knows he's not. So I must unsubscribe because this time Anthony was ready. So I humbly subscribe.
That's pretty funny.
This is a good one. I'm sorry, I cut out your name on YouTube from the screenshot. I'm so sorry. I don't know who you are, but great comment. Guys, you clearly made a mistake. You said True Detective was created by Nick Pizzolatto, but I'm pretty sure it was Dominic McLaughlin.
For a second, I was like, well, I thought he did.
True Zangsu. Boys, I'm afraid I have to unsubscribe due to the fact that the F1 poster has been taken down in place for one battle after another. But I need that F1 poster indefinitely on the set. Rest in peace, F1 poster 2025 to 2025.
It was there for a while. It was there for like a month.
You put it back, too. After taking it down.
I took it down and then put it back. I mean, it's such a good poster.
It's that good, man. Yeah. It's that good of a poster. That's it for today, guys. Great stuff. Those are hilarious.
We have a great 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts from Ryan Gosling from Blade Runner.
Hey, Ryan Gosling from Blade Runner.
Phenomenal. 5 stars. Watch this pod if you want to watch an insane man pretending to have a twin and ogling over Ryan Gosling. Already happened this episode.
That's a short but sweet and accurate
Thank
review.
you, Ryan Gosling from Blade Runner, for leaving that review.
We're huge fans.
Anthony, what's your streaming recommendation?
Saturday Night is on Netflix. It's a really, really fun movie. I
also picked a movie that's newly added to Netflix, Sicario. It's an absolute banger. We all know this.
Good stuff.
You know what else is an absolute banger? Number 50 on the list.
Before we get to 50, though, I want to ask you, is there something you hope is on this list that's more obscure?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's something that you're like worried it won't be on the list, but you think it should be, and we'll see if it is.
Let me think. Tom Cruise.
In what?
Anything. I have a feeling he's not going to be on the list at all.
Post 2000, though, you think there's a performance that?
If anything, I would say was Magnolia 2000? 99?
99.
I mean, Last Samurai is maybe his best performance of the century.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that is post 2000, isn't
2001,
it?
2002, something like that.
He's great in it.
So
that's
like,
a good pick.
The thing is, in general, though, I think Tom won't be on the list.
I think I mean, I skimmed through it. I can't remember. But
I think Tom deserves to be on the list.
I think Last Samurai, Tom Cruise is a great pick.
No one's going to ever give him anything for that movie anymore. Like, that movie's
especially now.
The movie's like canceled, basically.
Yeah. Even though it's
unfortunate.
even though it's
unbelievable.
If you actually watch it, you'll be like, oh, wait, this shouldn't be canceled.
But
this shouldn't be hated.
Yeah, I don't think Tom's going to be on the list, and it's going to be really disappointing to me because he's so talented.
Gotcha.
But in the defense of him not being on the list, he does a lot of action movies, so sure, obviously, but still Last Samurai, he should be on this list.
All right, we'll find out.
But number 50, we have...
What about me? I was going to...
Oh, I'm sorry. What about you? Same question.
I want to see a Marion Cotillard performance on this list. Particularly Rust and Bone, which she co-starred with Matthias Schoenaerts. I think that should be on the list. I think it's one of the best of the century. We'll find out.
Number 50, baby. Everyone's waiting to hear where this is after all the delays. Russell Crowe as Maximus Decimus Meridius in Gladiator. Guys, this is the fucking juice. Turn of the century. One of the most all-time banger performances ever from an actor. Oh, my God. We all love this movie. We gush about it too much, honestly, for the show. But you know what? Never mind.
It's the best, man.
Gush about it enough.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Forrest Whitaker at 49 in Last King of Scotland. Electrifying performance. He won the Oscar for it. He's phenomenal. He's terrifying. He's cruel. He's also charming. But, man, he got the accent down, everything about it. I believed it completely that he was this person.
48. Another Damien Chazelle performance. We did an episode on him very recently if you want to check us out, breaking down his career. J.K. Simmons as Terrence Fletcher in Whiplash. Just an incredible character. Definitely an all-time villain of the century. But, man, he really delivers this role that he knows and knew so well. He worked with Damien on the short film that they did for Sundance, playing the same character, and just delivers a powerhouse, electric,
we gotta stop saying electric and electrifying. We're saying it too much, both of us.
Fiery performance.
There we go. Fiery's good.
Wow, he's good in this movie.
Olivia Colman at 47 is electric as Queen Anne in The Favorite.
Before there was electricity.
Yeah. I love how we went from Anchorman to 4 Oscar winners in a row with the last 4.
It's a funny list.
She's phenomenal in The Favorite. She's erratic, hilarious, crazy, heartbreaking, and tragic, but also very violent too. So it's a really remarkable role, and she deserved the Oscar win.
Next we have Delroy Lindo in Da 5 Bloods from Spike Lee, also starring the late Chadwick Boseman here. Sorry, the first 2 sentences in this is interesting. He plays a Vietnam War vet, and I think it's a really powerful film because oftentimes a lot of war films, black soldiers, black companies, they don't get a lot of recognition, but this film definitely gives them their due. And he's a character who's fractured from PTSD, sadness, the loss of people he went to war with, trauma. It's a very nuanced performance, great dialogue, great monologues, and it's a Spike Lee joint, so it's fantastic.
Next up at 45, we have Sandra Hüller. I have not seen this film from Germany. Tony Erdmann in 2016. But it seems to be a blend of musical and comedic drama. So I want to add this to my watch list. Sandra Hüller is amazing.
Number 44, we have Charlize Theron as Furiosa in Mad Max Fury Road. An incredible performance. But if Charlize is only on this list once, I don't know how you don't pick Monster.
Yeah, I mean...
Because Fury Road's amazing and she's great. But if this is her only nomination, Monster's a career-defining role in terms... I mean, she won an Oscar. The movie's incredible.
It seems like this list might not have repeat actors.
What do you mean?
Actors repeated.
Oh. So everyone only gets one.
I mean, I don't know if that's a rule, but I've not seen a repeated actor.
I think you're absolutely right. I didn't even pick up on that. That makes a lot of sense because then obviously Daniel Day would have 5 spots.
Denzel would have a few. Yeah.
So that's
well,
what
I could be wrong, but I don't think there's going to be someone with 2 spots on this list.
I think you're right, and I think that's not necessarily the right way to go about this list. It's it's a very safe way to do the list. Include as many people as possible, but it kind of puts a hole through the best performances of the century. When we might not putting a bunch on there.
We might just be getting one Leo performance on this list if we haven't even seen a Leo one yet.
I'm sure he'll be on here. But
he's got to be on here.
He's got to be the Revenant. But Charlie's obviously amazing, but Monster. If you've never seen Monster, Charlie's is fucking incredible in that movie.
Next up at 43, we have one of the most heart-shattering roles ever, played beautifully by Casey Affleck. A Man Filled with Regret in Manchester by the Sea. It's a devastating film, and he just so expertly crafted a character that you feel so much of the weight and devastation and grief of his life. And I think that, it was kind of a controversial when he won, but I think he deserved it. I think he did.
It's heartbreaking. Dude, I haven't wept that hard in a movie.
He beat out Denzel for Best Actor that year.
Number 42, I respect the Ringer for this one. Andy Serkis as Gollum in Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Just the most underappreciated, probably, performer in Hollywood because of what he does. You don't see his face on screen. You see versions of it in different characters. But, what he's done for animation, CGI, motion capture, the things that we can do now because of Andy Serkis being a pioneer in this field and his absolutely sensational roles of these raw characters that are monsters, basically. Who else could do this besides him? And it's just a really great recognition to put him on here.
Next up at 41, I love this pick too of Brad Pitt as Billy Bean in Moneyball. I think it's a really understated performance. He was nominated for Best Actor, but I don't think people really talk about the performance in this. He plays so against type in this film as someone who's kind of he failed at what he wanted to do, and he's just trying to do the best he can at what his job is. And so I love the journey of this character. He's trying to shake things up, and he's so great in this role.
Brad's amazing. I mean, dude, I put this movie on in the background recently just while I was doing some work, and I just ended up watching the whole thing. I'm like, I can't not. He's so good.
It's a good movie, man.
Number 40, great pick here. Natalie Portman in Black Swan. Career-defining role, I think, for her. I think it's her best role, and just a great, amazing film from Darren Aronofsky. It was just recently in IMAX. I watched it a few weeks before that, but she's sensational. And, I mean, not many people, I think, could pull off what she did in this role. And she's basically a dual character in a lot of ways, and she's amazing.
This should be top 5 role.
Yeah. It really should be.
40 is way too high. Yeah. It needs to be top 5.
Yeah.
Paul Mescal, in his feature breakout outside of TV, in After Sun, a really touching debut about grief, about the relationship between a father and a daughter, and he plays a man who's struggling with mental health seriously. In some ways, it's viewed as it's probably the last trip in time he spent with his daughter before what ends up happening in his life, and he's really fantastic in this. And Paul Mescal charms, he breaks your heart. He's so good. I feel like he can do anything as a performer.
Next up,
interesting,
at number 38, Nicole Kidman in Birth. Have you seen this movie?
This is a Glazer film where she's a widow.
Jonathan Glazer.
Yeah.
For context, it's like a Glazer film. Okay, it sounds like a magazine.
She plays a widow, and she meets this young boy, this strange boy who keeps trying to talk to her. He claims to be the reincarnation of her husband.
Oh, yes. I remember this movie.
Yeah, she's great in the film. It's a very strange movie. It's cool. Interesting film.
37, Julie Delpy as Celine in Before Sunsets. Oh, man, this is such a great pick. Julie's fantastic in Celine. This is the film, obviously, before sunrise. They meet, and they promise to meet each other a year later. However, in the sequel, it's 9 years later. She didn't meet him. But they find each other.
He waited.
He went. He went while he's on his book tour. They reunite, and they debate whether or not to go forward and try to see what happens. But it's amazing.
Her grandmother did die, though.
Yeah,
so she had a family tragedy.
Yeah.
Michael Stuhlbarg is number 36. Great pick. I respect this one a lot. In A Serious Man. Cy Abelman? He's a man who's dealing with his once pretty great life falling apart. His wife's leaving him for Cy Abelman. He's struggling at work. His son treats him like an asshole. He's just like, his life has turned into chaos. It's so funny. I love the culture in this film. It's one of the better Coen Brothers movies this century. I think it's super underrated and a flat-out perfect dark comedy.
Nicolas Cage here, guys. Number 35. What do you think his role will be selected as? And that's adaptation.
Twinning again.
Twins again. A really, really, really great film.
I love this still they pick. It's great.
Written by Charlie Kaufman, basically about himself and his twin brother, Donald. Nicolas Cage plays both twins who are very different, both screenwriters. And it's psychotic, it's neurotic, it's silly, it's kooky. And I think that really only Nick Cage could have pulled this off.
Yeah, it's great. He's so funny in this film. Next up. At 34, we have Gene Hackman in The Royal Tenenbaums, who does work really well in the Wes Anderson world building. They never collaborated again, but he's perfect as the patriarch, as Tenenbaum. I think I can't think of him doing a straight-up comedy. Oh, The Birdcage. Sorry, he did The Birdcage in the 90s. But this was another great instance of really working with comedy and nailing it. I think he was one of the great actors to ever live and doing something very different from outside his normal wheelhouse in this.
Sure. Number 33, Tilda Swinton, legendary actress who just recently retired. Her role from Michael Clayton. Interesting choice. I think I would have gone with we need to talk about Kevin personally.
Yeah, she did win the Oscar for this.
But she is really, really great in this movie. Michael Clayton's one of those movies that I think you hate or love, but it's really, really well made. George Clooney stars in it. Tony Gilroy, great director. But yeah, Tilda Swinton's a legend.
Next up, 32, we have Tony Leung in The Mood for Love with some of the best nonverbal acting you'll ever see, which is what I think makes this film special. Is the physical performances of our two leads translating so much without speaking. He's great.
Viola Davis is next at 31. Tragic role.
The opposite of nonverbal acting.
Oh, my goodness. In Fences. Just a woman who really has never had much control in her life. And, you know, Denzel plays opposite her as her husband, their son, that they're raising together. And you can tell that her character, Viola, is letting everything out finally. The lid's closed, been closed for decades, but she has to let it out. And it's basically an implosion of emotion throughout the course of the film. She can finally speak. She finally lets it out. She finally stands up for herself, and it's really, really powerful.
One of the best scenes in this list in terms of performance, for sure. Next up. Cillian Murphy in his Oscar-winning role for Oppenheimer.
Should be top 10, sorry.
Great performance. I think it's one of the best of the century. Deserves to be on this list. 30 is way too high, I think.
Well, too low.
Too low.
Too low.
Well, it'd be as high of a number.
No, but like low on the list.
But it's a contradiction, don't you think?
No, but if you're looking at the list and number one's at the top, number 100's at the bottom, vertically, it's too low.
Well, what if you're looking at the list like we are right now, 100's top, one's in the bottom?
Well, I still think
we're looking at the list top bottom.
Well, specified. It's too high.
It needs to be closer to one.
There you go.
How about that for specificity? Anyways, he's amazing.
Number 29, Scarlett Johansson in Under the Skin, a really, really well-made movie. Another John Glazer film. Super underrated. It's an A24 movie as well. It's an alien movie. It's really cool. You got to check it out. But it's a very understated, nuanced performance from ScarJo, and she's really great.
Vicky Krieps in her breakout for Paul Thomas Anderson's Phantom Thread is at number 28.
I like this.
I think this is a great pick. She's phenomenal in the film. And I saw someone made a they posted something where it's like it's hard for any actor to share a scene with Daniel Day-Lewis because he's so good. And I think Vicky Krieps really holds her own in this role. And it's a big role in the film. In a way, she is the co-lead, not even just supporting, but she is a co-lead of the film. And she's got a lot of bite. She's got great characterization. And she's charming. She's exquisite. But also, she fights back. And it's a great performance from Vicky.
Number 27, Rosamund Pike as Amy Dunn. They should have gone back to back like they did with Lady Bird here, because you can't have one without the other. I mean, Rosamund's fantastic in this role. Kind of a dual role again here. She's so much fun. She's delightful. She's an evil genius. Amy Dunn's a fascinating character, fascinating villain, framing her husband for her own murder, which she hasn't committed yet. It's so cool. It's a great twist. And I love Gone Girl. I think it's one of Fincher's best.
Another great pick here with Uma Thurman as Beatrix Kiddo.
Thank you. This is great.
Yeah, in Volume 1 in particular, which I think I would agree with. It's just more for her to do emotionally and as a performance-wise. She's great in the role. It's one of the great characters of the century and one of the great performances for sure. Yeah,
especially what she did in terms of the physicality. Obviously, great stunt work from Zoe Bell as well, but Uma worked her butt off, and she really delivers. I think she's one of my all-time favorite characters, the bride in Beatrix.
Yeah, same.
I've seen the movie so many times. Oh my gosh. In the Mood for Love again, we have Maggie Chang, the opposite of the man she's longing for. Both their spouses are on vacation in Japan, having an affair, and so they're filling the void. And I think that's one of the great strengths of these performances, as they go hand in hand, is filling the void for the other, the emotional intimacy, but not the physical intimacy, which is, I think that's why it's so powerful, is that they want to, but they can't.
Yeah. At 24, we have another actor duo.
Yeah.
Michael Clayton, George Clooney.
Should have gone back to back again, guys.
What's that, 4 now on this list?
How come Lady Bird you bunched together?
So I gotta see this. I'm getting a little critical of the list now, where we're getting
too many of the same movies.
Too many acting pairs.
Yeah.
Are on this list. Because I think that Clooney's great in this film, but 24, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But he's phenomenal. It's some of his best work. He's great in the role. I love the movie. I love the performance, but. For me, right now already, we're getting, I think, too many duo pairs for movies.
I agree. Number 23.
It's like a shared credit.
Yeah, kind of. Number 23, Lily Gladstone in Certain Woman. I have not seen this movie. Have you?
I've not seen this movie either.
I have not seen it, so I can't really analyze it, but
she's great.
Yeah.
I have seen The Devil Wears Prada, though.
This is a good pick.
Meryl Streep at 22. Great pick as Miranda Priestley. An excellent villain. An antagonist. I love the film. Anna Wintour obviously inspired the role, but like always, Meryl completely disappears.
Number 21, a very deserving role here.
This is
Isabel
good.
Huppert in The Piano Teacher from 2001 from Michael Haneke. This is a brutal performance. So tragic and emotional, and man, it's a very fascinating, highly unique original character. Like we get in a lot of Haneke films, but man, this is one of those movies that really blows your fucking hair back.
This is a top 10 performance for me. Next up, Lupita Nyong'o as Adelaide in Us and Red, the tethered version. This is a great performance for a horror film. It's physical, the characterizations, the accent work. She does an amazing job on this, and I loved her in the movie.
Next, we have Laura Dern in Inland Empire. This is a great pick. Laura's great. She's a legend. She has a great cameo in a movie that just came out recently. Yeah.
I was like, who is on the phone? Who is this?
But Laura Dern's fantastic. Number 19 for this performance, maybe a little too high, close to 1, I think. I got to see the rest of the list, but she's still great.
Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems.
Joms.
Great performance. Love it. Love that it's on the list. But I'm starting to disagree with this. The picks for this low.
Top 25.
Yeah. I'm starting to. I think he should be on the list, but at 18, I can't see that. From what we've had before already.
Yeah.
I love him.
Dafoe should have been top 25.
Yeah.
Even Jake Gyllenhaal, I think, maybe could have been top 25 with Nightcrawler here.
But it's a great performance. He deserves to be on the list.
Daniel Kaluuya in Get Out, number 17.
Good pick.
That's a great pick. This is such a remarkable film and a really breakout role from him. And, he's so charismatic as Chris and really can do anything on screen, any emotion like that. Like, it's very rare to see that quality in an actor, and he's amazing.
We haven't seen Jennifer Lawrence yet.
She's got to be on this list, right? Mother's got to be here.
Or Silver Linings or even Joy.
I'll be shocked if Jennifer Lawrence is not on this list.
We'll see. Toni Collette's at number 16.
We also haven't seen Brad.
Brad Pitt?
Or Leo.
We saw Brad. We talked about Moneyball.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We haven't seen Leo.
Yeah. Toni Collette in Hereditary. Great to see this on here. One of the best performances ever in a horror film. She's phenomenal. I love her in this movie. Fuck yeah.
I think this is, so far in the top 25, I think this is my favorite pick so far, being in this top 25.
Yeah,
I think this is very deserving. Number 15, Oscar Isaac and Llewellyn Davis. Llewyn Davis, not Llewellyn Moss.
Llewellyn.
No, Country Road. This is a great Coen Brothers movie, and Oscar really shines, putting on all of his talents as a great actor and performer, but also singing and playing guitar. He went to Juilliard, where he was going first for music, so he got to show off his music chops. Really terrific. Recording the music on set, on location was great. Number 15, I think, is pretty high, but it still is an incredible role.
Yeah, he's great in it. Big breakout role for him. Also, at 14, we have the breakout for Christoph Waltz as Hans Landa in Inglourious Bastards in 2009. I mean, we all know how unbelievable this role is and how this will be like one of the best performances ever. Should be top 5.
Yeah, that's the thing with right now, this level of number, these are performances that in 100 years people are going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Like Hans Landa, yes, people will be talking about this role in 50 years. Inside Llewyn Davis, not necessarily.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
Will Oscar be remembered for that?
Yeah, you can see the difference when you put in those two back to back. You can, yeah.
Here we go. Leonardo DiCaprio as Jordan Belfort in The Wolf of Wall Street.
I like that.
I'm happy with any movie.
Like
you could pick any Leo movie because he's in so many great ones this century. I mean, The Aviator would have been a fine pick, or Wolf of Wall Street, The Revenant. So many options to choose from with him. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He's that good. He could have that many roles in the top 15. But Jordan Belfort is such a fun role. Energetic, crazy, batshit crazy. It's so fun.
And I think this solidifies that they're not repeating actors.
I think that 50 ago is
No, I think you could have put a couple. You could have squeezed in a couple Leo roles in the top 50.
Yeah,
but I think this is like there's only going to be one performance for each actor in this list. It's like a participation trophy vibe.
I mean, it's not best 101 performances of all time of the century. Then that's all I'm saying.
I like this pick too. Mahershala Ali as Juan in Moonlight. I think he deserved the best supporting actor Oscar for this. When he's on this screen, you can't take your eyes off him, and then when he's gone, you miss him for the rest of the runtime, and that's because of how strong his performance is.
Number 11. This is a great pick. Totally agree here. Song Kang-ho in Parasite. He's a fucking legend in South Korea cinema. He's in so many great movies, but as the lead in Parasite, the father of the Parasite family, he really delivers a chilling, fun, charismatic, pathetic performance, and it's really, really good, and I think he works so well with Bong.
At number 10, we have another Lars von Trier movie. Kirsten Dunst in Melancholia tells a story of a woman during her wedding day, before, during, and after her suffering through depression and hallucinations, and eventually freeing herself from basically the world. It's a great performance. It's interesting to see it on this top 10, but it's the best work Kirsten's done. She's a very talented person, but interesting pick.
Yeah, top 10 of the century. I'm not sure.
I'm definitely not sure. I don't know. I would put it top 50.
Well, off the top of my head, who we're missing so far, we have 9 left. I already know the top 2 because I scrolled down to it. That's why I said at the beginning of the episode I wasn't happy with the 1 and 2 picks. Cate Blanchett has not been on here yet.
She's got to be in the top 10.
Jack could potentially be on this list. Jack Nicholson could potentially be on this list.
I mean, for About Schmidt, maybe.
Departed. I could see him as Departed.
Maybe.
Matt Damon has not been on this list.
If he hasn't yet, he wouldn't be.
You never know.
He wouldn't. There's no way he's on this list. Too bad.
Who else could be on the list that we haven't? Denzel. We haven't seen Denzel yet.
Marion Cotillard's not on this list.
Marion Cotillard. Denzel will be on the list, I'm sure. Maybe Chadwick Boseman.
Maybe.
Let's see. Number 9. Joaquin Phoenix. Here we go. I like this selection.
I like
Freddie
this too.
Quell from The Master. I think one of PTA's most underrated films, and it's just I think it's a masterpiece of the century that just is overlooked completely by everybody in every kind of facet of critique of film, whether it's acting, directing, producing, writing. It's a tour de force of a film, and Freddie Quell is one of his best characters that he's come up with PTA here. So unique and interesting, but Joaquin is that kind of ballpark of Daniel Day of disappearing into characters.
I would say this is his best work.
Joaquin? Possibly,
I'd say this is his best work. I love this performance. All right, next up, Jesse Eisenberg in The Social Network. This is a really good pick. It's a complex character. One of the best films of the century. But it really is hinging on his performance as Zuckerberg. And, man, he brought it. He's so good in this. And when you watch this movie, you're like, oh, my God. Like, it'll always define Jesse Eisenberg, this movie.
Career-defining role. Yeah. So much dialogue.
It's incredible.
Like, he says so much fucking dialogue.
He does such great work in this film.
Here we go. Number 7, Denzel Washington as Detective Alonzo Harris in Training Day.
I'll take that.
I'll take that love this movie.
Yes.
I'll take this. Top 10. Oh, my God. Denzel. What a fucking legend this guy is. Holy shit, this movie's good. Great pick, man.
Number 6, Heath Ledger as the Joker in The Dark Knight.
Okay.
I totally forgot when I was trying to brainstorm. 100% deserves to be top 10. It's just unbelievable.
He's that good. I mean, you could pick Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You could have he
should have 2 on this list.
He should have 2.
Yeah.
Brokeback Mountain should also be on the
Denzel
list.
could have 3 or 4.
Yeah. Agreed.
Leo could have 3 or 4.
I think that's what they just wanted to stop that. I get what they're doing. Because then
you end up having 20 actors.
You have 3 Merrill ones. You have 3 Daniel Day. You have 3 Denzel. I get it. Then you're only talking about 60 actors.
But it's an inaccurate headline.
Yeah.
They should have 101 best performances by single actors or something. I don't know. Number 5, Javier Bardem. What a pick. Anton Chigurh, No Country for Old Men. I like this a lot too. Oscar-winning role. Javier, fucking hell, became a nightmare for audiences around the world as this amazing character, Anton Chigurh. What a terrific selection. I'm happy with that.
I really like this number 4 pick. I think it's one of the best picks on this list.
Yep.
Cate Blanchett in Tar. One of the best performances like the last 50 years. I would absolutely put this top 5 for myself. I would agree with this completely. She's insane in this movie. Her acting is so good.
God mode
acting. Peak acting, man.
Here we go. Again, now you have another movie with two choices, but I will say Philip Seymour Hoffman as Lancaster Dodd in The Master here at number 3 is arguably his best performance. Mm-hmm. I will agree with that. He really is and will go down as a top 20 actor in history, I think. He's that good. He's sorely missed, gone way too soon in his career. What this man was doing on screen is just expert acting. It's really, he's in a class of very few people, of elite actors and actresses. He's just so naturalistic and amazing and likable. But Lancaster Dodd is a very interesting character. He's kind of a villain, kind of fun to watch. He's relatable, takes advantage of people, but man, the Hoff. But that's like the same movie for top 15 choices, you know?
Make it rain! I just figured out how to cover this guy.
White chocolate!
All right, number 2. You knew he was going to be on this list eventually. Daniel Day-Lewis as Daniel Plainview in There Will Be Blood. I think probably the greatest performance of all time, I would say. At number 2, hey, he's top 2. Whatever. It is what it is. He's up there. He's at number 2. Obviously, we both think he should be number 1.
I think most people know he should be number 1.
Yeah, I think
it's like, honestly, this whole list is subjective, but this is a fact.
Yeah, this really is one of the greatest accomplishments as a performer in history. But we all know how good he is in this. It's Daniel Day-Lewis.
Number 1, the best performance of the century, according to The Ringer, is Naomi Watts in Mulholland Drive. An awesome movie from David Lynch, and Naomi is so talented, terrific actress. This is a star-making role, and it's very meta, based about an actress who goes to Hollywood to try to become a star as well. Naomi's a sensational talent. She's in so many great movies. But number 1, I definitely don't agree with it. Number one, I'm happy with top 20, but yeah, that's their number one pick.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's a highbrow pick. But she's amazing. She's amazing. I would put it top 20.
She's fantastic.
And it's Naomi Watts. She's really a phenomenal actor. Great pick. Not my number one, but this isn't my list.
It's not your list at all. It's not my list either.
Yeah.
That's the top 101 according to the Ringer. Best performances.
Pretty interesting list. Pretty
of
interesting.
the century, with actors only getting one role on the list.
I gotta say, I wanted to see Marion Cotillard on this list. I'm disappointed that she didn't make it on this list.
I'm sorry, Tom Cruise, Last Samurai.
You guys should watch Rust and Bone if you want to see it.
Who else should have been on this list that could have been on the list?
I mean, there's a lot of actors.
Yeah.
Let me just Google best performances ever.
Or just of the century. I'm trying to think of like who. There's got to be some people missing that should desperately be on this. Adrian Brody's not on this list.
Oh, The Pianist.
How's Adrian Brody not on this movie on this list?
Adrian Brody should be on this for The Pianist for sure.
The Pianist is what?
Yeah.
It's because of anything controversial. I think people aren't putting on lists.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because that's a top 10 of the century for sure.
Yeah, I think that Adrian for The Pianist should definitely be on this list for sure. 1,000%.
I'm sorry. I just lost a ton of. I think they lost a ton of credibility for this list because of that. Just that alone. Wow, how is he not on this list, man? It's probably because it's a Polanski movie.
I think Michael Shannon in Take Shelter is a really great performance.
I think that's a really good
I think
one
that's
as well.
a great performance.
I feel like they could have had Reese Witherspoon on here from Legally Blonde. Because there's so many comedic roles on here, but I think she's super funny in that movie and really good.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, there's a lot. There's a lot
think, you know what's desperate. You know what's a crime that's missing? Mickey Rourke and The Wrestler.
Mickey Rourke and The Wrestler. Eddie Redmayne, Theory of Everything.
Yep.
Great performance. Yeah, there's a lot missing. It's just but you can say
Isabel and Sundee.
Yeah. Oh,
Mads Mikkelsen is not on this list
for The Hunt.
Or for The Hunt,
yeah.
But also
Another
round he could have been. Yeah, Mads should be on this list as well.
Mads in The Hunt, I think, should be on this list. I would say.
Wow, that's a huge miss. I think
it's a tough list to make. I get it, but
Amy Adams isn't on the list.
Amy Adams, no Jennifer Lawrence.
Wow.
I feel like Jennifer Lawrence should have been on this list for Silver Linings.
100%.
That's an amazing performance.
No, Amy Adams is a crime. I'm sorry. Amy Adams is one of the best. Wow, man.
Interesting. Yeah, man. I think that I mean there's no list is perfect. No list is perfect.
Yeah, I guess.
It is what it is. We should do a list. In like a
Ellen
month.
Bernstein in Requiem for a Dream.
Requiem. Yeah. Sacha Baron Cohen for Borat is something that I think if you're gonna put a bunch of comedic performances on this list, you should throw Borat on there.
I think you have to.
You have
especially
to.
That's probably like one of the most difficult roles ever for an actor.
I think so too.
Comedy.
Yeah, I think you gotta throw Sacha Baron Cohen on this list.
Great picks, but overall a ton of missed opportunities, man.
Yeah,
a ton of misses. Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler. I'm sorry, that's a top 20. 100% top 20. That's a damn shame.
I agree.
Same thing with Adrian Brody and The Pianist. Like how are those not in there? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
I'm pissed. It's an alright list. It was alright.
It's pretty good.
It was alright. It's pretty good.
You could put Hugh Jackman in there for something. In the Prestige. Hugh Jackman Prestige?
Yeah. I could fuck with Prestige. Hugh Jackman. You could throw McConaughey for Interstellar on this list.
Yeah, there's not a Chris Nolan movie on that list at all.
That's sad. That's so sad.
Anyways, well, that's us reacting
to...
there's
Oppenheimer.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. And Dark Knight.
There were two.
Whatever. Whatever, Ringer. That's our episode breaking down the Ringer's 100 best performances of the century, with only every actor getting one spot on the list.
It should be called the best actors from 101 the best performances from 101 actors.
How do you label it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Maybe Anthony and I should do our own list because I think we have some other.
I'm not afraid to repeat actors.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid to do that
either.
I'm hey, objectively, what's the best? If Daniel Lewis gets 3 picks, so the fuck what? Who cares? Michael Jordan won 6 MVPs. They didn't pass it around to everyone.
Did he win 6 MVPs?
Yeah.
I thought he only won 3.
Or 6 championships.
Well, he won 6 championships, but I thought he won.
How many MVPs did he get?
5.
5.
He could have won every year, though.
Yeah.
They skipped him a few times. Anyways, we appreciate you so much. If you want to help support the show, become a patron today at patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost Podcast. Subscribe on YouTube, follow on Instagram, TikTok. Engage with our content. Leave comments, leave likes, share us in your stories. That's how we get cool jobs and invites to screenings and interviews and all that. Press junkets. Couldn't do without you all engaging with our content. Also, leave those 5-star ratings and reviews on Spotify and Apple. And take care, everybody.
See you next time.
This episode was executive produced by our chosen one patrons, Nicholas Martin and Jacob Kossler. Raiders of the Lost Podcast is a Mirror Image production.